Okay, weighed in this morning, 276.9. So that is officially my lowest that I've gotten during this whole like 250 something days. Anyway, breakfast is going to be my overnight oats, and then I packed a lunchbox in the back with some Himalayan pink salt, Good Evil or something like that. Popcorn's 80 calories. And it'll give me like 4 grams of fiber. And then I had a little fiber bar. It's like 4 grams of fiber as well for like 60 calories. And then I have the Prime Cookies and Cream, 32 grams of protein drink. So that's going to be my post-workout. But anyway, I'm on my way to go to the boxing class. So yeah, I'm excited. I did just put on the same clothes that I wore yesterday because I'm just going to get sweaty in these. So I didn't want to like go through even more laundry. So... and this was still clean because I didn't sweat in it yesterday. So anyway, yeah, I also finished the book, Sun-Kissed Nemesis. It was really good. It was like 64 pages, short story. But yeah, I liked it. So now my next mission is to finish this book, The Night Rising, and I only have that much left. So less than 100 pages. So yeah. I'll be reading that after I finish my breakfast, and then on the way back, Hub's wanted to come with me. He's also talking, he's gotten a new hobby with like the gardening and everything, so he wants us to get the 2 trees that are always having to be trimmed because they're close to the electric lines, like taken away, and then we replant fruit trees. So I'm really excited about that. I would love to have like an apple tree. I love Granny Smith apples, and peaches, which you can do the peach tree in the fall, I think you said, baby. And then there's a berry tree that has like orange leaves during part of the season, and then white ones during the other seasons. So I'm like, all this sounds really interesting to me, but he figures it all out on his own. So he might be going around when I'm at my workout looking at stuff. So anyway, good start to the day. Do want to try to get the 10K steps. So after my gym workout, I probably will need to go walk at the gym for a while because it's still really hot. Does the car say how hot it is outside? 82? Yeah. And it's still morning. It's just going to get worse. But anyway, then I have a meeting at 3 o'clock. So it's going to be pretty back to back. Anyway, so that's the plan for today. That's what I'm doing. And I'll check in with y'all later. Okay, everybody, done with my boxing class. Got a good sweat on. I already ate my popcorn after I ate my breakfast. I was hungry. So I'm thinking the hunger is catching up because I did not get that like full response right after. But anyway, I had my lesser evil popcorn, butter. It was really good, 80 calories. And I don't know how much fiber is in this, but there's a little fiber, I think. 3 grams of fiber. Alright, so now, post-workout, I'm going to have this little fiber bar. It's got 4 grams of fiber, and I believe this is, 60 calories. So I'm going to have that. And I haven't had it before, so it'll be interesting. And then this is the Prime Shake, 32 grams of protein. And it's only 150 calories. So it doesn't give quite as much as the Core Life. That's 45 for protein. But it's less it's 80 less calories for a difference of 8 grams of protein. So I like it. I like it. And these are a little bit cheaper than the Core Power. So yeah, that's what I'm going to have on the way home. And we're actually going to go look at flowers. Is that all we're looking at? Flowers? He's wanting to plant something in one of the pots that I got. So, that's what we're doing. Here's my plant. Here's my man. Oh. Hey, honey. Here's the rest of lunch. It's my okra. I just do it in the air fryer, and then I add some Cajun seasoning. The context yet? But Marsha's wearing an engagement ring. Yes. I was
going to tell everybody.
She was dating a neighbor a couple times.
No, that's not.
But that was just, no. But then another guy asked her out, and they spent like the whole day together. They had like lunch, and then they had dinner together. She's known him for years.
He's a widower from my church.
Yeah. So I was like, is it crazy that last week they just went on their first date and now she's engaged? Well, yes, but they've known each other for years.
It's been 9 whole days.
9 whole days.
That's crazy.
My parents dated and got married in 3 months, and that's crazy.
But we've known each other 12 years, okay? He's a widower and I'm a widow. Huh?
She was like, I don't know if I'll ever get married. I like living alone.
I got this today. I like living alone. Huh?
Oh my goodness.
We don't have a date yet.
So this is what happens at Homemakers. She just wanted to shock me. She didn't tell me in a text.
What? Well, my house is on the market.
Question number 1, does this mean I finally get to be a maid of honor?
Maybe.
I've never been one. That would be so cool. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, so that's the shock of a lifetime. But also, I am here for it. A friend Marsha to her house to meet the guy that she just got engaged with. They are the absolute best couple. Could not have picked anyone better for her. Their personalities match so much. But anyway, we literally talked in their kitchen until the sun started to go down. So like the room got dark, and they already had plans to go to dinner and everything. So I was like, y'all gonna miss dinner. And then, they told me, they were like, you are more than welcome to come. I told her, I was like, I am 100% fine at going home and letting y'all have y'all celebratory thing. My nose ring's just like, it was bothering me because it turned weird. But anyway, I was like, I'm 100% fine going home. I said, but if you want me to join you, I'll join you too. I'm good. So she was like, what about the Thai place? And I was like, heck yeah, I love the Thai place. And last time they did like a heart for me, and then like the coconut rice, like the sticky rice with mangoes. And it was so good. And I was like, I'm going to let her know that y'all just got engaged. She might do that again for y'all. So yeah, but I'm sure we burned calories just yapping because it was nonstop. All 3 of us talkative people. Anyway. That's the plan.
I can still taste it.
We'll stir it together, and then it'll be sweet, like how mine's all the way through.
Oh.
Is it okay to get the straws mixed up? It's the stage of the game.
Engaged couple asking about mixing straws.
Okay, I'll try it again.
All right, let's try it again.
It's a good, not bad tea.
Yeah, it's different.
I normally don't like tea at all.
Yeah. Did so much. She matches her shirt.
The first time I did that, she grabbed her neck. She says, "Holy Gary, ever did that?"
Okay, so we are done with dinner. Look how dark. Oh my goodness. So they actually closed at 8. We didn't know that. It's 9 o'clock. So we did leave a big tip, and I think they only stayed open because I told them they just got engaged. But like I said, I did not know that they were closing. We probably got there like 10 minutes before 8, so we were in there for a while. But she was like, we're just going to go ahead and start cleaning up and everything, but y'all are fine to stay as long as you want. I was like, okay. Anyway, I wanted to show you, I still have this whole container. Woo-hoo! Almost dropped it in my lap. This is my leftover pad suey. Normally, I probably would have just kept eating it because it was really good. The sticky rice with the mango, I just took one, not even a full spoon really, of the sticky rice and left the rest. And then I had one shrimp that was rolled, wrapped shrimp, whatever it's called. I don't know, it was good. And I had the Thai tea. So the Thai tea definitely has some sugar in it because it's like coconut milk with tea. But yeah, it's really good. So I had my fill. I'm full, but I've got leftovers for tomorrow. Also today, I resisted two things. So there was zucchini bread at the meeting, and I was like, yeah, I could get this. It even has a vegetable in it, so it'd be very easy to justify. But I was like, I'm not hungry, because I had that big 32-ounce sugar-free drink. So I was like, I'm not hungry. This already feels like I've had sugar, even though it was sugar-free. It was still hitting me. But I was like, yeah, I don't need it. So I just didn't. I didn't get it. And I was even asked directly, do you want a piece? And I still said, like, no, I'm good. And then I went to my friend Marsha's. We were there for a while. I actually got to the point where I was hungry. And the whole time, she had this big thing, like a party tray of chocolate chip cookies. I didn't get one. So, yeah, it's kicking in. I didn't feel as much today of the constant fullness, but it was like my mind was not bombarded with like, oh, you want this, it'll be good. It's like I can recognize the thing there, know that it would taste good, and still say no. So that's kind of what the medicine does, and it makes sense. There is a connection between people that are morbidly obese that are like 100 pounds overweight. They did studies. I saw this at one point because I Google everything when I think about it. It's like I have to have an answer. And so there is a link between people that are morbidly obese. 70% of them that are over 100 pounds also have like ADHD, which comes with impulse control. And it's like a brain wiring thing. I guess that makes it harder because I also have OCD, and I think that can affect things too, because of the repetitive thought cycling. So like even with like anxiety, the way that the SSRIs work is it keeps certain thoughts from like not repeating. And I think a lot of the addictive behaviors that come with stuff like OCD or ADHD and stuff like that, is with that. Because it just repeats. And the only way to like stop the thought spiral is to just give in and do the thing. So whether that's eating the thing that you don't need, but that looks good and is available to you, or making purchases. I was even able to resist making an impulse purchase today, which is something I normally do not resist. You had to pay $50 in order to get this one like hardback special edition thing for free. And the thing is that last time when she did that with a different book, and this was like a week ago, y'all, I did that. I spent the $50 to get the free story, and I finished reading the story last night, and it was really good. But today I did not do that. Like, I went on the website, I looked at it, I started looking through stuff and was like, oh, I might want to do that. And then I just closed it out, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to. I was like, I haven't even got my full shipment yet. I got 2 of the items out of that order. I didn't get the other 4 books that I ordered, so I'm still waiting on those. And I was like, I haven't even got that shipment yet. It's going to take me a while to read these books. I don't need to order another $50 worth and just add to my TBR. So like it's actually helping me with the control, and I think it's because of the whatever receptors it's like blocking. It's working on the brain in that way. It's like blocking that response. So yeah, this is very, very helpful to me. And the thing is that yeah, the medicine is like chemically aiding that process, but you still have to consciously make the decision not to do the thing that you know is not good for you, whether it be spending money or eating stuff that you don't need. Like, that's the thing I think a lot of people don't consider when they're talking about things like GLP-1. They see it as like a shortcut or the easy way out. And I'm like, no, it is literally just allowing you to be more rational. That's it. You still have to make every decision about what you're going to put in your mouth and all that stuff. The GLP-1 is not going to make you lose weight on your own. Or if it does, it's only going to be for a certain amount. I was watching a video, because I watch a lot of like anti-fat acceptance creators that have personally lost a significant amount of weight and kept it off. Or have lost a significant amount of weight and are still losing weight. Both completely naturally and using the GLP-1s, and one of them did natural for all of it except for like the last 10 pounds. They were on it for 2 months. So like they know it's not, it makes it makes it easier, but not really. Because again, you're still having to make all the decisions. And that's also the reason why only like a third of the people that go on a GLP-1, if they stop the GLP-1, will actually maintain their weight loss. Whereas the studies show in general, 2/3, I believe, 2/3 of people that lose the weight and then go off the GLP-1 they'll gain back, I'm sorry, I don't know how many percent of people, but it was, they'll gain 2/3 of their body weight back. And it was like a big percentage that would gain that back. And it's because they did not develop the skill sets to maintain their weight loss. So they didn't learn to say no to things. They didn't learn to eat more nutritious foods. Like, they just didn't do it. They didn't implement an exercise routine and evolve with a new lifestyle. That's why they can't keep it off. And so it's not that the drug doesn't work or doesn't work long term. It's that the people that are on it are not taking it seriously. They think that it is this miraculous miracle drug. Yeah, and even doctors will tell you, like, this is the sort of thing you're going to need to stay on forever. And it's like, yeah, for the majority of people, that's true. But if you actually do the things that you need to do, which for me, I've already been doing it, just not as consistent as I would like to be. Because again, like brain signals and stuff like that, you get some sugar and you're like an addict. It like triggers that cycle, where you just go on and on and on. And so, yeah, this is only like day 3, but it's made decision making a lot easier. And it's like, oh, even if I have something, I can be like, oh, I don't really need that. Like, oh, I had this one time, but I didn't really need that. And so then the next time I can make a better decision. But I also love seeing the scale go down every day because that keeps me motivated to stay strict and be on it. Yeah, so like even like tonight, I almost got the wonton soup, but I was like, I think that the last time I had it, it got a bit bland after a while. I couldn't quite remember, but I almost did do the soup instead of my favorite. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my favorite, and then I'm just going to have leftovers. And I did. I ate like half of it. So it was probably like 500 calories for half of it. Because I've done it before, and I think it was 900 calories total. So yeah, I ate like half of it. And then for the dessert, I just had 1 spoon of the sticky rice. So yeah, I'm making good decisions. I've turned stuff down multiple times. I got rid of my leftovers yesterday because I was like, I don't actually need these. I just put them in the box because this is what old me would do. And so it's like, it's also easy to like give the medication all of the credit. And I think definitely in the beginning, like right now when it's still the first week, yeah, a lot of it is credited to it. But I will remember all these things that I've done while on the medication so that when I eventually don't need the medication anymore, I'm like, hey, I have all this evidence in my brain of times when I said no to things and I was fine. Like, oh, you know, I said no to getting these books or whatever, and I was fine. I wasn't missing out. I was missing out in that one moment of getting the dopamine hit, but I'm not actually missing out. Same thing with like the zucchini bread. I'm like, yeah, I could be thinking about, like, man, I didn't get to have it. And it's like, I don't need it. It's fine. Like, it's fine. And to the people that are like, oh, you should be able to do this on your own, all this other kind of stuff. I think that what it is that they don't have these it sounds like you should be able to do it because that's how it is for them personally. Everyone's brain works different. And then there's the whole like nature versus nurture and all that kind of stuff. And there's people that are predisposed to things like addiction, whether that be like actual addiction or like the overconsumption or lack of impulse control. That might not be a clinical issue, but that is definitely like a bad habit issue. Yeah, there's people that are predisposed to that sort of thing, or that weren't given any tools or skill sets to be able to have more discipline. And so like, just because you do, because of all those factors that may have been out of your control and you just got lucky, that's fine. But like, don't discount anybody else's journey because it's not the way that you did it or the way that you think it should be done. That's kind of where I'm at. And y'all know I've been at this for 250 something days. prior to starting the GLP-1. So I'm coming at it from the perspective of, hey, statistically, with the studies of the however many people that they had, within 17 months, they lost like 10 to 20% of their body weight. I did that on my own. I did that without any assistance. I lost 20% of my body weight in 3 months. So like, I know what it takes. I'm doing the same things. But after that 10%, for some people, it's like it feels physically impossible to get any further because the body starts fighting back. And that's what mine has been doing for like the first 4 months. Now, is all of it that case? No. And I know that that's true because when I tried to be a lot more consistent this last week, I lost weight again. And so, but it's like the yo-yo thing. Like, it's very hard to stay consistent. And so having something that will aid you and you're like, hey, I know if I just stick to this and I'm seeing progress more regularly, it helps you actually stay on track. Whereas with the same 5 pounds coming on and off, it really sucked. And I was like, I don't like this. And I was doing more exercise and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there are times when I slacked out. So it's like, yeah, take some accountability for that. Things could have been further along. The body is still the body. So like, even with this medicine, it's the medicine itself is not causing the effect of losing weight. It's the eating the less calories that's doing it. But the medicine makes it easier to do that. So yeah, anyway, that was a big ramble, but that's like my day 3 summed up thing. And yeah, I'm proud of myself for resisting. The medicine definitely helped, but also, like I said, like the heavy fullness thing after 3 bites, not really there today. But it just feels like the brain part is kicking in where I can make those decisions and not be like constantly thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I resisted now, but now someone's asking me directly, so I'm going to say yes. Because the thinking was still there of like, oh, I could say yes and it'll be fine. But I just said no because it's not going to get me closer to my goal. And so I'm excited to be giving my brain this input of like, you can have control. It's really nice. And there's some things that I haven't been doing in a while, like playing the piano or writing. I haven't done it in a long time. And I feel like, hey, this is evidence that maybe I can start doing those things too, because I'm not going to have like the cycle of thoughts giving me excuses to not do them, or like, you know, like this is hard, it's not going to be perfect, like all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'm getting more confidence, even though it's only day 3. Only day 3. But anyway, I need to get home because it was already 9 o'clock. I'm sure my husband's starting to get worried, especially because the restaurant technically closed an hour ago, even though we did not leave an hour ago. But yeah, I'm going to get home and I need to shower and read, and get ready for bed and all that stuff. So that's my plan. But y'all let me know if you're on a GLP-1. Did you notice these things too? And if you've been off the GLP-1, did those habits become like part of your personality where you could have impulse control because you built up all this evidence in your brain that you could and that it's good for you to resist things? Let me know. I want to know. All right. I'll see y'all later. So I think filming vlog style definitely helps me stay on track and motivates me to like get out of the house and do stuff, because yesterday I was so sedentary. I did like 1,200 steps and I didn't go to the gym yesterday. So it was like a rest day, but I was like, yeah, if I had been like doing the regular vlog things, I think I would have at least gotten in a walk or 2. So I'm like, okay, I need to actually be vlogging every day, not just taking pictures of the food, because I have been doing that for a while and I've been doing the YouTube shorts, which is fine. But there's more to the weight loss and health stuff than just the food. So anyway, I did not film this morning, but I had my overnight oats, but it wasn't the overnight oats brand. I have a shipment coming, but I don't know when it's going to be here. It's supposed to be here yesterday, but it wasn't. So anyway, I still had some oatmeal packets from the Kodak, the one with the, like the bear on it brand. And so that has, I don't know how many grams of protein, but they do add protein to it. So I just did that. It was like apple cinnamon. So that's what I had for breakfast with the Fairlife milk. Then on my way to the gym, I had some Castello Gouda cheese. So this was either 60 or 90. There's 2 flavors in the pack. So one of them was 60 and one of them was 80 calories. So I'll figure it out when I actually log it. I haven't logged anything yet today, but I did have that. And then I had half a bag of this Himalayan Gold popcorn because I was still a little hungry. So yeah, I saved this for after workout. So like where my hand is at, that below still has popcorn in it. So that's what I'll do on the way. And I am on my second bottle of water. Just got done with the 45-minute workout, and this one was strength training based. So not really a bunch of cardio, but you're doing like 4 minutes per machine, as many reps as you can. And there's like 10 machines. So anyway, we also had a plank challenge. So I did my plank on my forearms on the floor, and my plank was 1 minute, 25 seconds. So it is improved. That's my new longest. And I could have went longer, but I was like, I still have to do the whole workout. So, but they're doing a challenge. So every day this week when you come in, that's going to be part of the challenge. And then the other one was burpees, and I also did those on the ground. Mine probably looks pretty bad because when I come up, I'm basically in like a dancer's third position with my legs kind of spread out, so I'm not having to jump quite as high. But anyway, I did 6 the first day, and I did 1 minute, like 1 minute, 1 second, for the planks, on Monday. But anyway, so 6 burpees last time, 10 burpees this time in 1 minute. So yeah, I'm doing good. But yeah, yesterday was lazy with steps, and the day before I had all intentions to do the steps. But then my friends got engaged, and then I met the guy she got engaged to, and then we all went to dinner. So it was late. It was already like 9 o'clock. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm going home, going to bed. So anyway, now I am headed to my town, and I plan on going straight to the gym. Even though it is 1 o'clock and I've not eaten lunch. So we'll see. It'll depend on how I'm feeling when I get there, because it's another 40 minutes. So I'm hoping the rest of this bag will hold me over enough where I can go do my steps for 1 hour. Or maybe I just go and do 30 minutes, and then that will get me a bit into it, and then I can eat lunch and then take my dog for a walk later, and then shower, and then I've got choir practice this evening, so I can't put it off forever because I have other things to do. But anyway, also I scheduled my Chicago trip. Usually I plan everything out, like what restaurants I want to go to, what I want to see, what I want to do, that sort of thing before I go on a trip. However, I have been to Chicago a lot. It was all in the same period, but I went to the Great Lakes, for boot camp, and then I had A school, in Great Lakes as well. So that's like 45 minutes from Chicago. So like every weekend I was in Great Lakes, I went. So like 7 months of weekends going to Chicago. So it's like, I know the area. It's been a while, but like I've already seen a lot of stuff. So I'm going to try to do stuff that I haven't done while I'm there. Or wing it. So we're just going to kind of like wing it. The other thing was that we got a package. So it's only going to be, stop. You're going to get me copyrighted. Okay. Anyway, I had to turn on the air because I was sweating. I mean, I was already sweating, but you know, I didn't want it like rolling in my eyes, which is what it was about to start doing. Anyway, I booked our trip for January to Atlanta because we're going to a gaming convention for a whole week. So that's a big trip. And then I'm sure they were thinking, well, if you got money for that, you got money for timeshare. So I was like, I'm not doing a timeshare, but I have also sat through a timeshare presentation before. Like, I know that's what they're doing, but I've sat through one before and not gotten a timeshare at the end. Okay. And that was to get like, money or SeaWorld tickets or something. I think they had offered me SeaWorld tickets, but then I lied and said that my offer was money. So they gave me money. Because another couple got money and they got a lot more than I got. But I was like, it was like a couple of hours sitting there and then having to talk to different salespeople. It was like, I'm not getting talked into that. But anyway, so they were like, which of these 4, like I signed up for the rewards program or whatever. And then they were like, which of these 4 destinations could you see yourself going to most? And I was like, we already had plans to go to Chicago at some point to go see the Pokemon exhibit. That's at one of the Field Museum. So I was like, Chicago. So they're like, okay, we can offer you 4 days, 3 nights for, what was it? $299, or no, $250. I think it was like $299 or $250. Anyway, I think it was gonna be anyway. So I prepaid for it. So the trip is already paid for. We're gonna drive there because we're like 6 hours away, and then we're gonna wing it. It did become a bit more expensive because it's gonna be like $200 for the parking. So it's gonna be like a $500 trip without food, gas, all that stuff. But that's cheaper than the airline tickets would be for 2 of us to get there. So, and we're going to be in downtown Chicago, like on the water, waterfront view. So could not beat that, especially because that same place, their normal rates are basically that price for 1 night. So, but the condition is that you have to go sit through this presentation. So that's already scheduled for the afternoon. So I didn't want to have any plans for the evening because the presentation could get in the way of it. And the only thing that we were going for was for the museum. So we're going to make like our first full day, we're going to make the whole day just at that museum until we're tired of it. And then we'll go do something else. And then the morning of the presentation, we might go to the zoo because there is a free zoo that you can go to. So we can just go there and then leave when it's time to go where the presentation is at. And the presentation is not, it's like a mile away from the hotel. So we can walk and not have to worry about traffic and stuff. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. But it also makes me motivated to continue to downsize. Because that's going to make it a lot easier to be walking around the city in the heat if I have less weight on me. So, and my goal was to get into these little size 10 shorts that I bought, and I also have a size 8 shorts, but my goal was to get in these size 10 shorts. I can officially get it over my booty, but I cannot button it. It's like 2 inches away from buttoning. And so we're going to be going there the first couple days of September. So I still have a month. So, and there's still a couple days left of this month because it's what, 22nd? Okay. So basically I have like 40 days. I think I can get into them size 10s in 40 days because I've started the GLP-1. So it's helping me, not need as many calories, like not feel like I need as many calories. So I've been more consistent. I did gain 0.3 pounds overnight. But I think that was because I had pasta 2 times yesterday, and pasta for me, it takes like 3 days for my body to fully digest it. And so that was not unexpected, but also I was very sedentary yesterday. So I was not expecting to lose any weight. And also I think my body holds on to a lot of water when I am strength training, and I did strength train on Monday. So, but yeah, I expect to drop back down tomorrow because I'm actually going to try to get in my 10,000 steps. Let's see how many steps I've got in now. I've only got 1,500 steps. So 25. Yeah, so I need to do an hour-long walk to get them all in. All right, I'm going home or to the gym or whatever, depending on how hungry I am. So, I made the video when I was like eating the little bit of popcorn that I had left, and I was like, if I get hungry, y'all, I almost finished my water, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to stop at the gas station to get me some more water. And then I was like, well, then I'm gonna want food, and then I actually got hungry. I didn't even make it like to where the interstate is at before I was hungry. So then I was like, okay, well, we're not going to go to the gas station, because if I go to the gas station, The best thing I can get there is a protein bar. I need food. It's actually lunchtime. I was like, it's 1:49 now. I still need to walk for an hour. Then I need to go home, shower, go to choir practice, all that stuff. So I was like, okay. So I get off the interstate on my way to the Clean Eats. But the Clean Eats was further away, and I passed Fuel Nutrition, which I had heard of. That was the one that one of the ones that my nutritionist had, not nutritionist, the nutrition person at the gym that I'm at had recommended, and they have like a discount thing with them too. So anyway, I went in there, and it is similar to a Clean Eats. So they prep your meal, and then they have microwaves for you to like heat it, or you can take it home fresh and eat it at home. Anyway, so I obviously, like I said, I needed a drink. So I got me a banana peanut butter chocolate shake. This was as much as my meal. Calories wise, I think this might have even been a little bit more, but it did have 39 grams of protein for less than 400 calories. So I was like, okay, and it's made of real ingredients. And then my meal is like 350 or something like that. It's got like some white, I'm guessing jasmine rice, and then some beef, and they season it with like taco seasoning, and then it just had a little bit of cheese on there and some jalapenos. I took the jalapenos out, but the flavor was very good. So yeah, I didn't even get done with half of it, and I'm already like stuffed to the brim. So I'm going to take that home with me and eat it after my walk. I might drive by the house so that I can put that away. But I mean, it would probably be fine in the car for an hour. But I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to finish the rest of my shake on my way either home or to the gym. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's happening. One of my friends that I had at my old workplace when I worked in this city now works at this place. So it was so funny. They don't list their calories. They list their protein, fat, and carbs. But my macro factor figures that out based off of the macros. So it told me what the calories were. So it was like a little under 700 calories for both, which is not bad because my breakfasts are usually like 300 something calories. So I try to aim for like 500 calories average for my meals. So that works out because breakfast is a lot less. Okay, I am going to start driving now. The day is wasting away. I went home, put my food in the fridge, and then played a video game for a little bit. Then I ate the rest of my food. And then I was like dead tired, but still planning to go walking. So I was like, okay, I'll go lay down, take my shoes off for a minute, and like read a chapter of a book, and then go walking. So I laid down, couldn't even read a full chapter. So my whole body was just like out, like fatigued. So I was like, okay. So I put on my CPAP machine, and then I set my alarm to take like an hour nap. I don't think I fell asleep during any of the nap. I feel like I was awake the whole time. But yeah. And then I was like, okay. I extended it a couple minutes, and then I was like, I'll have just enough time to go to the coffee place and get me like a sugar-free coffee. They were closed. So then I went to the coffee place, the other coffee place. They were closed. Then I went to Donut Time, which also has like coffee. They were closed. So then I wound up at the gas station. So anyway, I was like, I need something. So I think I did sample one of the like protein things with the Starbucks at the Sam's Club. I don't know if this is the same thing or not, but I got the cafe mocha, 22 grams of protein, only 2 grams of sugar, which is great because I looked at their triple shot, and it would have been the entire day's worth of added sugar. So this one only has 2 grams added sugar. It also has 7 grams of fiber. So I was not expecting that. But that's awesome because like fruit doesn't even have that much in it. So yeah, I'm gonna have this, and then I don't think I've ever tried the actual Built bars, And I was looking at the regular granola bars, and they were like 200 calories. So I was like, I don't want to do that. So I got the Built Bar, and it's 140 calories, and it has 17 grams of protein. The burger bowl that I had earlier, like, filled me up really well. So I don't know that I'll be having dinner tonight. If I do, my husband already made some food, so I'll probably just have a little bit of a hamburger helper. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to like get any energy that I can. So hopefully these things will help, but I don't know. I did have banana in the shake. I figured it would just be like, I don't know. I knew there was a chance they could include real banana, but a lot of the places are just using like protein powder flavor for their drinks. So I got it, and they do use the real banana. And so I did wind up going to the bathroom. Not bad, but anyway. And then like I was just out of that. So I'm like, is this mild allergen that I have to the banana seriously causing like a fibromyalgia flare-up? Because that's what this feels like. Like my whole body is just, but also it's like I can feel the cells in my body. Like I feel inflamed. I had my husband like rub my feet. He could tell I was just out of it. But anyway, it is what it is. I hope this goes away. I'm not going to push myself today. If I feel more energetic after this, I'll go do some walking. Otherwise, I'm just going to go home. Oh my goodness. I'm just, I'm so tired. But it's time for choir practice, so I'm gonna eat this, and then choir practice starts in 8 minutes.
It's really cute. But I really like it. I think you're right with the yes. I'm gonna bring you another different color pair of pants that we have. They're called Beauty Wears. I love Beauty Wears all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you those. Okay. Let's see if there is a color because I like to do something fun too. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch too. Okay, and four. Yes, yeah. I can have we have a brown. And then these are mixed with these. Okay, so these fit with the suits. Yeah, we have wide legs and we're trying to Burgers lunch maybe? Okay, let me go check that like layer about medium and all these. And I'm sure we'll in the back. So okay. I would honestly rather look at other colors and then see whether it helps based off of what I found so far. We can compare.
No, nothing.
Okay, we are here for the week 1 weigh-in, measurements, all that good stuff. I already weighed in. I weigh in completely butt naked. So my starting weight. So I took my shot on a Friday evening. So, so it could kick in overnight. So I don't actually count that as my starting weight. I do the following morning. And that weight was 279.1. In my video, for some reason, I said 281. I don't know where that came from. So that's not the case. But anyway, it was 279.1. And then the next day I dropped down to 278.9. And then the next day I dropped down to 277.6. And then 276.9. And then 276.3, 276.7, 277.7, 277.6, 276.7. Okay, so the majority of the weight loss came in those first 3 days. I will say also on those first 3 days I was sedentary. So I was not getting in my steps. I was eating enough. I was eating like between 1,600, 1,700 calories. Kind of averaged to like 1,700 calories for the week. But yeah, I was a lazy bone. So I actually lost most of my weight there. But then I started doing my workouts on Monday, and then again on Wednesday, and then again on Friday. So my weight would go up just a teensy bit after those workouts because I was retaining water. Also, I'm about to start my period. So I'm actually really happy with these results. My ending weight was 276.7. So I lost, I got to pause and do math. Okay, 2.4 pounds. So that's perfect. My goal was 2 pounds. 3 pounds would be even better. And if I had actually kept my steps and did more workouts, I think I would have got there. So that just tells me this next week I need to do that. The other thing that I noticed, I indicated on here on my marker, like anything that was bad, my muscle mass did go down from 127.6 to a 127.2. So it went down 0.4. So that tells me, now I was eating at least 100 grams of protein, but with a little bit of muscle loss, that does tell me, 1, I didn't work out enough to maintain it because I wasn't putting that protein to good use. And then 2, I probably need to up the protein a little bit more to maintain the muscle mass. So, because I want my muscle mass to stay. I know I'm still going to lose a little bit just because that's how weight goes, but almost half a pound in 1 week is a no-go. I do not want to be losing muscles because then my basal metabolic rate will also go down, so then I have to have even a stricter diet. So I don't want to lose muscle mass. All right, so I got to do a better job of protecting that this week, and I think like actually sticking to the step counts and stuff is going to help. Okay, so my other stuff that my special scale told me, my BMI went down from 40 to 39.7. My body fat percentage went from 51.2 to 51. My muscle mass, I already told you that went down by 0.4. My visceral fat, which is like the dangerous hard fat, went down from 17 to 16.8. And my fat-free body weight went down from 136.2 to 135.8. So just with the scale stuff, I know that I actually like lost weight and stuff. How my measurements are going to turn out, I don't know, because I'm about to start my period, and so that's going to mean a little bit more water retention and bloating. But I haven't started yet. I think I'm going to start like tonight. So we're just going to go ahead and get the measurements and roll with it. But I wanted to do all the weight stuff first because I was like, progress was made. And it was not water weight, y'all, because the week before I was also very strict with my diet, and I went from 280.3 to 279.3. So I lost a pound. And then the week before that, I lost almost 4 pounds. So it's not water weight. It's actual fat, y'all. All right. That's the plus. I'm at 16.5. It's a little bit less than 16.5. Let me put a finger on it and then try to read it. Okay, it's when I start talking, then it goes back to 16.5. So we're just going to call it 16.5. So that is the same as the last time. Okay, and then we're going to do the arm. I've been doing the left side because it's the non-dominant side, and so that's going to give me a better measure of like muscle differences and stuff like that because my right arm is automatically going to have more muscle. So this way I can actually see how my training goes. So I am at 15 inches. Is that the fattest part? No, I think I need to hold it up a little bit more. I was like, that's a big difference from last time. Too big. All right, let's try here. There we go. So it's a little less than 16. It is like 1 below 16, so I don't even know what that would be. So there is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 15 and 15 sixteenths? No. I have to pause and figure this out, y'all. I was right. So basically I lost like a centimeter off my arm. Okay, now we're going to do the chest, which I'm just going to do under my armpit. And last time, my chest measurement was the same as my bra line measurement. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we're at 44 1/4. Wow. Okay. So that went down 3/4 of an inch. Wow. Okay. This bra is a bit better than last time. So my boob measurement might go up just because they're lifted. But my boobs were at 52 inches. And again, I'm just doing it on the fattest part. What? 50.5? Okay, so and then I breathe more. Hold on. Try not to squish me in. Are you kidding me? Okay, let me do it lower. Well, now it's even smaller. What? Okay. 50.5. I got that measurement like 4 times moving it around, so we're gonna go with that. I am shocked. I am just flabbergasted. So I lost 1.5 inches around my boobs. My boobies go first. Can my face go? Can we get my face to go? All right, now we're gonna do the bra line. This is like the smallest part because it doesn't really have any fat for the most part, unless it's like the visceral fat under my organs pushing things out. All right, this looks like 42.5 right on the dot. Are you kidding me? What? Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. shocked because the scale, it was like less than 3 pounds. How? Okay, so my bra line went from 45.5 to 42.5. I lost 3 inches. 3 inches off my bra line. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, and then my waist started at 49.5. I measure my waist, the smallest part, which is where this little dip comes. So like when I'm actually skinny, I'll have an hourglass. And I am at, if I can get it to stay. All right, looks like 50 and 1/16. Wait, it's slanted. All right. Y'all, measuring is hard. Okay, this looks more accurate. Yes. I just like turn to both sides. Okay, so that is 48 and 2/16, which is 1/8. Okay, 48 and 1/8. So I lost like an inch because it was 49.5. Okay, so yeah, that's almost an inch. That's crazy. Okay, now we're going to do the stomach, which is going to be the fattest part of my belly is how I do this. Okay, which for me just happens to be at my belly button right now. Okay. 53. My finger's in the way. Okay, hold on. If I can get it to, I want to cooperate. Okay, 53 and 3/4. So that also went down by 0.75. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, that's not that. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. 0.75 pounds. Not pounds, inches. My goodness. And then we're going to do the underwear, which is where I actually wear my jeans, which is why I fit into some size 12s. I did go try some 12s at like Old Navy yesterday, and they did not fit. So I will say they definitely have to have a stretch to them for me to be able to button them. They fit my legs in other stores for the most part, but they don't button if they don't have stretch. Okay, I am at 46 and 7/8. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna measure that one more time just because that went up. So make sure I'm using the right part and getting it actually under my stomach and not have my underwear in the way. Okay, 45 and 1/4. Okay, so I just measured bad the first time. I think what I did is I had the wrong side coming apart. I think I started at the 60 instead of at the 1. So that went down by 1.5 inches. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're gonna do the leg, and I'm just gonna do the fattest part of my calf and make sure I'm using the right part of the thing. And again, I'm looking for the biggest area. All right, that is a straight up 27.5, which is exactly what it was last time. Okay, so no change there, and barely a change in the arm. All right, and then we're gonna do the calf, which was 18 and 3/4 inches. Again, I'm doing the fattest part because that's how I can be consistent, because my body is gonna lose fat the same way it gained it. So, okay, this is 18 and what is that? 18, 1/8, 3/8, 18 and 3/8. And last time was 18 and 3/4. So I lost like 0.3 something. I don't know. It's weird to do the math with the different fractions, y'all. And then I already gave you all my other measurements. So I definitely lost some inches this week, as well as like 2.5 pounds. So I'm really proud of that, especially because I'm about to start my period. So I know I'm probably a little bloated right now. I get gassy and bloated when I'm on my period. So, but yeah, I'm excited because I didn't think that the inches was really going to do anything, even though the weight had changed, because I'm so poked out and bloated right now. But I'm shocked. I should have been doing my inches every week, because y'all, the weight was not wanting to go down for months, and it was frustrating. But now I'm like, was I losing inches? Was I? Because I think at one point, one of my measurements was 56 inches. Yeah, and my biggest one on here from last week was 54.5. So I lost like 2 inches from the last big measurement I had. I don't even know where the measurement was on my body. So very, very interesting data. And if you want to see other stuff like my water, protein in the blood, all that kind of stuff, you can look on my image. All right, I'm going to get some food in me because I've not eaten yet, and I'm very thirsty, so I need to drink. All right. Okay, so I was trying to do some math to figure out how many like inches I lost overall on my body, and I realized that 2 measurements were wrong. So my underwear line, I think what I was doing, I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, it went from 45.5 to 45 and 1/4. I think again I was doing the measuring tape weird. But anyway, so it did go down, but my hips, I think I just like remeasured the same spot, and no, it was supposed to go around like the booty. That sucker went up, which I'm actually happy about, because that means that like I'm building some butt mass because my butt is flat. So anyway, my hips went from 47 inches to 49 and 5/8. So that was the only spot where I gained over 2 inches. So yeah, that means I'm starting to get a booty. Anyway, it's Saturday, which means I've officially started week 2 on Zepbound. I just finished my breakfast, which was overnight oats. This is what I have every day. I just do 8 ounces of Fairlife the milk that's like 80 calories. So it's the light blue if you want to get some too. And then I just tried out the tester flavor that they're seeing if customers like it and stuff before they make it a permanent one, which was apple pie. So it's like 290 calories, 20 grams of protein. So yes, also took my weight and my measurements. So I have all that information for you. And then, so basically overall to break it down, I lost 2.4 pounds, I think. Yes, 2.4 pounds overall and 8 and 9/16 inches off. Some places stayed the same, some places changed. Booty went up by like 2 inches, so I'm getting some butt mass, all them squats. Anyway, so yeah, doing good. And today I know that I'm going to have barbecue for dinner. It's being catered. I have a funeral to go to for my friend's grandmother, so I want to be there to support her. That's this evening, and her dad is catering, and it's going to be barbecue and mac and cheese and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to eat very light prior to that. So I haven't got any steps in. All I've done is just do my measurements, my weigh-in, and drink my breakfast. So I'm gonna go try to get some movement in, but I don't really want to get sweaty. I took a shower last night, so I don't want to have to wash my hair again before the wedding. So I might just go for a light walk, possibly indoors at the gym, so that it's air conditioned. It's already 11 o'clock, so I got like 6 hours before the actual funeral. Yeah. So I will be figuring that out, but I do need to get my body moving. Okay, so for this week, I'm not going to be tracking calories. I might track protein, I'm not sure. But I want to see how it goes because it's supposed to be able to help you get back to like recognizing your hunger signals and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try. And then, of course, still eat intentionally, even if I don't have hunger signals. I still need to eat throughout the day. Anyway, so right now I am trying out the protein coffee from Overnight Oats. This one is the toasted marshmallow. It's 70 calories and it's got 10 grams of protein. So it is high protein coffee. And then I made it even more high protein because I put in a little bit of Fairlife milk because it was very, very bitter. And then I also added a bunch of water. So it's got 8 ounces of water, then the coffee stuff, which was like 3 tablespoons. Then I did milk, and then I put in some zero sugar creamer because it was still very, very bitter. But also it is coffee, so it's got some caffeine in here. But yeah, so I'm drinking that, and I've been reading Heartstopper Volume 6. I'm flying through. I already read some of it on the webtoons before it came out. So I'm already just got this little bit left on the end, so I can finish that today. But I did some steps in place. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. I don't want to get sweaty. So what I'm doing instead is I might set a reminder for like every hour just to get up and move for like 5 or 10 minutes in place. So that's what I did earlier, and I got, I'm going to check my step count, 1,800 steps. So I'm going to get up now, watch a little bit of a YouTube video. Basically, I'm going to keep moving until the point of when I would start sweating and then just stop. And then take a break and then do it again. So that's the plan. Great conclusion to the series. And there's not another season of the TV show, but there is a movie, and it's out already, and I didn't know. I'm like, how is that not in my recommended? What? I've watched all the seasons of the show. Why would it not be in my recommended on Netflix? But anyway, so I'm going to watch that movie and eat some lunch because it's already 1:20, and all I've had is like half of the coffee I showed you and then the breakfast oats. So I need to get some meat. Some meat! Yesterday I just did Viennas and some like chippies. I might do the same thing today just because I'm lazy and don't want to cook, but I want to watch the movie and the movie, if it's 2 hours long, then it's going to be like 3:30. So it's going to be time for me to be getting ready for the funeral. So, yeah, I think I might just do something simple like that. I could also do chicken and rice. But like I said, I'm going to be eating barbecue tonight. And I plan on getting as much as I want. So I think I will just do very little lunch. So the Vienna is high in sodium. And it's only got 14 grams protein, so that's not the best. So 240 calories for this. And then I've got the Catalina Crunch is also 10 grams of protein. And that would be like my chippy. And then I might do a yogurt or something before I leave. And that will get me another like 11 grams of protein. And then I should get plenty of... I've already got like 40 protein between the breakfast and the coffee. So, yeah. And I might have one of these fiber things, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just going to do Viennas and the Catalina Crunch. Or you know what? No. I'll do... Well, yeah, Catalina makes more sense because it has more protein. And last time, it zips back too. Last time I put it on a little plate and I don't even think I ate half of it, and I just put it back in the bag. So I think that's what I'll do in case I get super, super full. So it is now Monday. I am in week 2 of my GLP-1, and I am like, it is time to start doing some habit stacking. I have been having a little bit of heart palpitations and raised anxiety, like where I get body tension. But that is not supposed to be a side effect. The heart palpitations can be, but I think what's actually happened is I don't think it's the medicine. I think that it is not drinking enough water. So I went to the store yesterday and I got me this big 40-ounce tumbler. Marsha. So I filled it up with water last night, and then I put it in, my goodness. I filled it up with ice. I'm sorry. I can't think. I filled it up with water, left enough room for the ice, put it in the fridge, and then just put some ice in it this morning. And I also did my overnight oats. So I've got those in a lunchbox. So the routine that I'm trying to start is that when I get up in the morning, of course I weigh myself. I've done that every day. That's an easy thing. I've already started that habit. And so yeah, I weigh in the morning. And then I'm going to go for a walk. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just making it where, if it's a really nice day out, I'll walk at home. But if it's not, I'll go to the gym. So it's 77 degrees right now, but it says that it feels higher than that. But I don't have a lot of time anyway. So I'm just going to go to the gym and walk the track for the amount of time that I do have. It's probably going to be less than 30 minutes. But I'll get in what I can, and I'll drink this. My plan is that I'm not allowed to eat until I finish this. So that should motivate me to actually drink it. And it's just straight water and ice. There's no flavor or anything in it. So yeah, I'm going to get in as much walking as I can. Typically, I would like for it to be an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of walking. But I have my final check-in at the Boss Babes gym. So we're going to do final measurements and pictures and all of that to see how I did during the 10 weeks. But then I'm going to be done with that gym. It's too expensive, so I just did a 10-week program. But anyway, I still have the gym that I'm going to right now. And then I have a medicine management appointment over video, like an hour and a half after my appointment to do the weigh-in stuff. So it's going to be a kind of rushed morning because I'm going to have to drive 40 minutes away to the one gym and then try to get home before my video appointment. And then I will probably go back to the gym and get the rest of my steps in for the day. Just because I don't have time to do it all this morning. But I would like for the routine to be that I just get all of the 10,000 steps in one go. Or maybe not 10,000 steps, but at least like 5,000 or 6,000. Because if I can get that many with an intentional walk, then I'll generally get to the 10,000 without trying throughout the rest of the day. Just because when I'm active in the morning, it's like I want to do movement throughout the day. So it gives me a boost. So yeah, that's basically the plan. That's the habit stack. I've also been thinking about, for lunches, not doing meat. That's something new. Some people do say the medicine wants you to eat healthier. I don't know. But anyway, I still need to get my protein in, but I also need to get a lot of fiber. So what I've thought about doing for lunches, and I've also just not really been hungry for lunch, like the medicine, I'm just not hungry. I think I'm going to do, like, rotate between, like, a fruit lunch and a vegetable lunch, or fruits and vegetable lunch. So basically just have, like, a little vegetarian lunch, and then for dinner I can have either like fish or lean beef. And then I also want to limit my pastas. I think that I did a lot better when I was mostly gluten-free. My pastas might be gluten-free, but I'm not positive, because I do have the high protein pasta, so I think they use like pea starch and like chickpeas, and I'm not really sure. I'll have to look at the box. So I don't know if that's gluten-free or not, but I did just buy a huge box of it, so I will probably still have a pasta like once or twice a week, but I don't want it to be an everyday thing. Last week was like every day I had some form of pasta. So I think it just weighs me down and makes my energy a little less. So that's why I think I want to go back to the mostly gluten-free, because I think I had more progress. Within that 3 months, I lost like 10% of my body weight on my own. So yeah, I just think the gluten-free, even though I don't have an allergy to gluten, which is why I went on it, because I thought that I did, it actually did do well with my body. So I think the gluten for me does cause a little bit of inflammation, water retention, and it's slower for me to digest. And with this medicine, it slows down your digestive system. So the less things I'm putting in that are gonna like sit heavy and take a while, the better. So that's kind of where my head's at right now. My mouth is very dry, so I am gonna get to going on the water. And now the heart palpitations are starting. I didn't have them first thing, but I do now. So yeah, I think I'm just dehydrated. So I'm gonna do better with my water today. Alright. Had overnight oats for breakfast, which was 33 grams of protein, less than 400 calories. And now I'm having one baked potato with paprika and garlic salt on it, and then a drizzle of olive oil that I did in the air fryer, and then a little bit of my ketchup, very low sugar ketchup. So this is like 30 calories worth. Not say the word. I didn't say it. He was outside. He was outside. I open the door. He sees that I've got on my headphones and my sunglasses, and I got my water bottle, and he just knows. Also, I'm noticing in this camera I need to vacuum. Um, but yeah, he just knows what I'm doing. And I was like, dude, I wanted to get a 30-minute in without you. Boy. Boy. Because it's been hot and you haven't lasted that long. And it's hard to manhandle him and hold my big water bottle and swing my arm to get on my steps. Making this difficult. But you really want to go, don't you? Yeah. Okay. You want to go on a walk? Yeah, I figured. Oh, goodness. Okay. Here's what I eat in a day. For breakfast, I have 1 thing of overnight oats. So it's 1 cup of Fairlife low-fat milk, 80 calories, and the oats. And then for lunch, I have a bowl of fruit. And then I've been doing a potato with a little bit of ketchup. And then today I also happen to have a grilled chicken breast, so I did that. And then I've got me a Coke Zero here. I've also been working on getting my water in, so I got this big 40-ounce tumbler. I'm about halfway done with it, and I've already done 3 miles worth of walking today during 2 separate walks.
You want to work out then? What do you do? That's a leg combo. I'm going to go with it. I did my back on Tuesday.
I don't even know what I want to do.
Alright, cool. You go for it.
25 pounds each.
Yeah.
This is my Thursday.
You like the water? You go. I like to see the phone. I like losing phone, but you know, you I like to have it. It's over me. It's over. Hey, get like, but just let you know. I don't play in a 10 hours long. He doesn't play it. I don't play it all. I do it all.
Before that, those 3 sets, I was doing this. Flip arms, 10 pounds, and then 10 squats. With this, and then
You do it like that.
3 sets of that.
But I don't like it.
So now I got another set of exercises to do. Those exercises. I do 25 pounds on the sides of 52. There we go. And then I'm going to go into bicep curl. Drop down to 10 pounds for each. Heart rate's at 154. And I didn't start this until I was doing like the second or third set of my first round of exercises. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 more rounds of this and girls. Like I said, I didn't have it doing it right away. So I probably got like an hour in, but this has 45 minutes and 526 calories burned. That's called keeping your heart rate up, lifting heavy. And I didn't really take any breaks between sets other than to get a drink of water, and that was it. Here was my workout. BW stands for body weight. And then the PA on top of numbers means per arm. So like where it says 25, that was per arm. So really it was 50 pounds total for those things. And I just came up with my own names for stuff. Done with my workout. One of my friends that I know or whatever, it's the first time we've hung out. But anyway, she was there to do her personal training session while I was working out. So then she finished that and she was like, I need to figure out a way to get some more like steps in and walking because it's too hot outside. I was like, yep. And I said, I've been doing the track upstairs, like over the gym. She's like, oh, that's a good idea. She says, well, I'd do it today, but I didn't bring my headphones. I'd be too bored. And I was like, I'll do it with you and we can just talk the whole time. Y'all, I was planning on doing like 15 minutes with her. We did an hour and 6 minutes. We walked over 3 miles. I finished my big tumbler, 40-ounce tumbler, and I put a little bit more in it. This is just plain water, no flavor, nothing. So yeah, I would like to be drinking at least one of these with just plain water every day. And then, of course, I have my other drinks that I drink that, and there's liquid and food and stuff. So anyway, I feel really good. So I got a crazy amount of steps in. Last time it buzzed at me when I got to 15,000 steps for the day. And I've done 6 miles today. So let's see how many steps 6 miles is. And that was just with intentional walks. Yeah. So 15,956. It always goes off when I flip it. Okay, can you see? Okay, it's upside down, but I guess you can't. Yeah, 251 minutes of activity so far today. And yeah, my heart rate is still at 100 because we just finished, so it's slowing down. My resting heart rate is not 100. It used to be like 99. Now it's like 74 is my resting heart rate. Anyway, yeah, 15,000 steps. Goodness, there you go. All upside down, but that's my steps right now. I also just joined the Conquer Challenge, which is where you pay money or whatever for a code to enter a virtual challenge. And then the virtual challenge that I chose was the Salem Witch Trials, because I'm getting ready for like the fall spooky season, and I thought that would be really fun. And it was one of the shorter ones. So the goal is 30 miles and you get to set your time length. I put in 28 days, but that's not, I plan on doing more, but I was like, I'll go ahead and just put in 28 and see how long it takes me. So that's what I did. So at least a mile a day I need to do, but also during the challenge, it has things that you unlock. So like after 1 mile, I unlocked the first thing. So it gave you like historical information and one of the locations involved with the Salem Witch Trials, and you get to see a picture, and you can even do a street view to see what it currently looks like. And it gives like the historical details and everything. And there's like a story as well. So you unlock bits of the story as you progress along. The challenges are kind of expensive. So the one I did was like one of the cheaper ones. It was $33. You can change the goal to be more miles or less miles to make it more difficult for you. But this is my first challenge. So I was like, I'm just going to do the one that they set, which was the 30 miles. But the cool thing is that you actually do get a real like metal badge thing, like a ribbon with a medal, and it's designed really cool. Like the artwork is awesome. So you get one of those mailed to you when you complete the challenge. But also at like each 20% mark for your challenge, I believe, they will actually go and plant a tree. So your money is going towards saving the earth, which is so funny that I'm wearing this shirt right now. Because it says, destroy the patriarchy, not the planet. Yes. Or they will also collect like 20 items of plastics or something to recycle. So you can choose a tree goal or a plastics goal. I went with a tree goal for this one. So yeah, but typically for the badges, typically it's like $50. Your first time when you pick a challenge, you might get the same offer that I did, which was $75 for 3 challenge codes. They're not for the licensed properties. So like it won't work for like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Scooby-Doo, that sort of thing. But it will work for the ones that are like the original creations by them. So like the Salem Witch Trials or Wales, different locations around the world. It'll work for those. So I got that. But yeah, I definitely still want to do the Scooby-Doo. They have a Scooby-Doo. There's 2 different ones. So one of them looks like summery, and then one of the mysteries is in the winter. So I think that will be my next challenge. So I will have to pay something else for that. And that one is like $100, but there's 2 badges and it's 50 miles for each. And then if you want to do one of the big ones, I didn't look at everything, but like the Harry Potter one, there's 7 different badges. So like 1 for each school year. And it has like an original story that goes with it and everything too. That one was like $265, but there's 7. So it actually winds up being a little cheaper. Also, there's a Toy Story one right now that has 4, and I think it was like 150, 160. So basically you're getting one of them for free. So I might want to do that one as well, because if it's motivating me to get out and do like 6 miles like I did today, that's going to be great for me, and it helps the planet, and I get like the little badge thing. But you only get the badge if you complete the challenge. And so there is a time limit for your challenges as well. So your codes, once you activate them, you have like 24 months to complete the challenge, but you can only set your challenge goal up to like 18 months, I think it's 18 months, because some of the challenges is like 1,300 miles. So yeah, but you can also do challenges simultaneously. So like if you have a really, really big challenge like that, you might not want it to be your one goal. I am going to do sequential challenges right now because I'm using it as motivation to get more movement in. And I think it'll be really fun. So yeah, it's been advertised to me several times, and I've looked at it several times, and I've never done it. And now I'm like, what better way to invest in your health? Because I'm not gonna continue doing personal training when that runs out. So this will be a lot cheaper than that anyway. Because that was like $30 a session or something. So, and that was like the cheaper rate if you get a big package. I still have some of that package left, so I'll definitely be doing that when the summer ends. And that trainer is less busy. We'll start up again. But anyway, I'm doing the Conquer Challenge, Salem Witch Trials. So excited. And yeah, that's all. Post-workout big snack. I did 45 minutes of weightlifting, and then I did 1 hour of walking, which equated to 3 miles. So I'm at 6 miles for the day. I need some food. 1 cup of rice, beans, and chicken. To finish the night off of this, and with my head count calories, I'm around 1,300 calories for the day, which is low, but yeah, it is what it is. Ending the night with a high fiber protein bar. I'd miscalculated in my head and thought I was at like 1,100 calories, but I just recalculated with this, and that puts me at a little over 1,700 calories, which, considering how much exercise I did today, that's good. Plus, I did 3 intentional walks. I had 3 miles that I did in the morning, and then 3 miles after my workout. 7.3 miles together throughout the whole day.